You're listening to Winnipeg's Classic 107. My name is Simon Rusnak. Today is National Indigenous Peoples Day, where the history, heritage, resilience, and diversity of First Nations, Inuit, and Métis is recognized and celebrated. Joining me this morning is JustCity's Indigenous Cultural Program Lead, John McKay, alongside Desiree McIvor. Good morning to you both. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, good morning, Simon.
John, let me begin by asking you about National Indigenous Peoples Day. What does this day mean to you?
Well, it means, to me, that people that are Indigenous, they're celebrating something very unique. They're celebrating their indigeneity, and also what really stands out is we're being recognized. The world, Canada, is looking at today as being something so important to us.
Desiree, what's going through your mind this morning?
Just thinking that it's a really good day to be Indigenous.
Yeah.
Feeling lots of Indigenous pride right now.
As you should. John, I have to say, you look, I know this is radio, but you look fantastic. The beadwork that you're wearing, can you describe that for us?
Yes, this beadwork was actually done from JustCity volunteers and also some guests. And I recently went through a real tough phase in my life. I went through cancer. And this was done for me to give me some good health, but also to show there's a lot of love for me. And the beadwork is exquisite. And the women that put it together, just fantastic. Desiree had lots to do with it too. But I find that JustCity just came through for me.
Well, hope you're doing okay. And,
yes.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. And it really is a beautiful piece. Can we talk more about JustCity and the programming that you do every day as part of the Indigenous Cultural Program? Can you describe what that is exactly, John?
Well, to begin with, we start off, JustCity looks at feeding and helping homeless and low-income people. We feed between 100 to, the most I think I've seen was 180. And every day it's like that. We have programming, Indigenous program where we do beading, we do drum making, we do
Sharing
circle. And we also have a lot of our community. We want our community to stay close to each other, and that's why we're building a community that will be resilient, but it's for them, it's for us. It's for them to say, I'm in a safe place, and I'm in a good place.
It all comes down to building healthy relationships, doesn't it? Desiree, can you talk more about that, building this community up through the work that you're doing?
Building the community to me means spending time with my community members, listening to the needs of the people, hopefully addressing poverty issues within systematic indifferences and injustices that have happened to Indigenous culture and people. So building community for me and relationships is making sure that their needs are met, being there for them, listening to their emotional needs, and just being with them, being present with them, whatever the crisis may be or whatever they're going through at that moment, just knowing that I'm not going to walk for them, but I'm going to walk beside them through their healing journey to finding their identity through the Indigenous culture.
Can you talk more about how long you've been on that walk? What got you involved with JustCity in the first place?
It was a while ago. I think it was Tessa Blakey Whitecloud had done a blanket exercise with me. And being Indigenous, I already kind of understood the impacts of the community, like colonialism had on the community. But after experiencing that blanket exercise with Tessa, and she was just amazing at it, I was like, oh my God, she works at JustCity. So I got involved with JustCity, and it was just a really good way to give back to my community and my people.
I imagine there's a lot that goes into the work that you do. I imagine that there are triumphs and there are struggles, and you navigate those with the community. But do you recall any particularly impactful moments, John, in the work that you've been doing with the program?
I've always looked at two things that really resonates, something really warm to my heart, is some guests will come to you in very, very quiet, very personal way, and say, I love you and I love what you're doing. And that to me means so much. It's like, yes, I'm making a difference. Yes, I'm doing something to help them. And they are responding to it. And there's so many times that we think, oh, we're doing this. We don't know how much impact we do have on individuals. But you're very surprised to hear and to be a part of somebody coming up to you and saying that. It opens your heart and makes you realize, man, we're doing good work at One Just City.
Desiree, what about you? Any particularly impactful moments through your time through the program?
I would have to say impactful moments for me would happen when I'm on my harm reduction medicine walks. And a big part of that is finding our relatives who are in a homelessness situation and they don't have access to water, shelter, like our basic needs, right? And meeting them where they're at and bringing the resources with us. And we'll bring harm reduction supplies, we'll pick up sharps as well, but we're also bringing that medicine with us. So when we bring the medicine in with us, you can see somebody who could be on substances and, it's a little scary, but we go there with our love and our stuff and we offer that medicine to them. And it's that spark of blood memory that's you can see them trying to get back to where they were before that. And I think for me, that's the most impactful because those are the relatives that have fallen between the cracks of the system. And those are the ones that need the lifting up. So.
Well, you do such great work. And so I really appreciate you coming down today. And as we sort of started this conversation off, today really a day to recognize and to celebrate indigeneity here in the country. And I'm curious, how do you plan on marking this day, John? There's a lot going on. I know there's stuff happening at the Forks tomorrow at Assiniboine Park. There's programming going on. What do you have planned today?
Well, today, One Just City has all 3 sites. We have 3 sites, by the way. We have West Broadway, PWC, which is Pimicikamak Wellness Center, and we have Oak Table. And they're all under the umbrella of One Just City. But today we've decided to go to the Forks to be a part of the powwow there. And we're all looking forward to it. I think there's 20 guests per site, so we'll be 70 strong for sure, and to celebrate this wonderful day. And the other thing I find is so important is community. We see relatives, we see our brothers and sisters there. We're celebrating something so good, so sacred, and we're together. And we want all Canadians, not just Indigenous people, we want everyone to be a part of this. And this is a true way to recognize reconciliation because we're together. Reconciliation is working together.
Well, I want to thank you both for coming in this morning. The Forks, it should be a very moving bit of programming. Like you say, everybody coming together, Indigenous and Indigenous allies coming together to celebrate this great, great day. Thank you both for being here today. Wonderful to have you in the studio.
Thank you so much, Simon.
Thank you.